The morning sun shines bright and warm through the trees onto the mountainside where a family of pikas are making their way to their favorite patch of grass. Pikas are small mammals that belong to the rabbit family, but instead of hopping around, they climb around rocks and cliffs like little furry mountain goats. It's gonna be a wonderful day for a baby pika. Mama has lots of yummy grasses picked out for him today. There's also a nice cool cave nearby with soft hay that he can nap in after he's full. His little sister is playing with some pebbles, and his older brother is busy collecting sticks for his nest.
Even though he's still too young to collect his own sticks yet, he really wants to help out the family by gathering sticks.
But every time he tries, Mama tells him it's too hard and dangerous work for him. She doesn't want her baby to get hurt before he's all grown up, so she takes the sticks from him and puts them in her own nest. But today is a very special day because Mama has something else for the little pika to do. She wants him to practice his first ever bark. It's important for pikas to be able to bark so they can warn each other of danger. Pikas have many predators, including weasels, foxes, eagles, and sometimes even bears. The little one watches as his brother runs away, leaping over rocks and boulders as a golden eagle swoops down to try and catch him. As soon as the eagle gets close enough, the pika jumps up on a rock and lets out a loud bark, startling the eagle and causing it to fly away. "That was amazing," says Mama Pika. "Now it's your turn too. Bark." The little one jumps up on the rock just like his brother did, but all he can manage is a squeak. He feels embarrassed. Why can't he bark like his brother? Mama licks his head. "Don't worry, you'll get it next time," she says. Then it's time to go find some food. Mama leads the way while the little one follows behind her, skipping over the rocks and picking wildflowers along the way. They stop at a patch of delicious grasses, and Mama shows the little one how to nibble on the tops of the grasses without wasting any. Then she shows him how to use his back feet to scratch his belly. After eating their fill, they head back to the cave to take a nap. But before they can go to sleep, the little one spots some caterpillars inching their way across a leaf. He's never seen anything move so slow. He watches them inch closer and closer to a clump of juicy-looking berries. Suddenly, a blue jay swoops down and snatches one of the caterpillars right out of the air. The little one lets out a squeak of surprise, and the blue jay takes off with its meal. "What a silly bird," Mama says, chuckling at the little one. "He didn't share his snack with his friends." She looks at her watch. "Time for you to take a nap now," she says. She tucks the little one into the soft hay and he falls fast asleep. When he wakes up, his brother isn't in the cave. "Where's Thomas?" he asks Mama. "He went out to play," she said. "But you should get going too. It's time for you to practice your bark again." The little one jumps out of the cave and scampers around the rocks, searching for the perfect spot to practice his bark. He remembers how proud Mama was when he first squeaked, and he wants to make her proud by improving his bark. He looks out over the valley below. He wishes he could explore all those tall grasses down there, but he knows Mama would never let him go that far away from the safety of the mountainside. Just then, he hears a familiar sound. His brother is practicing his own bark, and it sounds strong and confident. The little one rushes over to Thomas and asks, "How is it that you can bark so well?" "I don't know," Thomas says, shrugging his shoulders. "I guess I just practiced a lot and got better." "Oh," says the little one, feeling a little disappointed. He thought there must be some secret to Thomas's great bark, but it's just practice. The two brothers climb up a rock and sit side by side. Thomas shows the little one how he puffs out his cheeks and blows air through his mouth to make his bark louder. Then he shows him how to curl his lips and bare his teeth to make it sound more scary. The little one tries to imitate his brother, but all he ends up doing is making funny faces. Then an idea pops into his head. Maybe he doesn't have to copy his brother. Maybe he can make his bark unique to him. He takes a big, deep breath and blows out a big cloud of air. He puffs out his cheeks again, but this time he blows the air out through his nose. He tries it again and makes another puff of air come out of his nose. This time he puffs out his cheeks even more and blows out a bigger puff of air. And then he hears it. His own voice echoes across the mountains. A loud, proud bark that is all his own. She, Thomas, and the little one jump up on a large boulder. Below them, a marmot is busy looking for food. He doesn't see the eagle swooping down from above until it's almost too late. Mama lets out a loud bark, startling the marmot and causing him to run for cover. The eagle swoops down toward the rock, but both pikas jumped out of the way just in time. The eagle flies over their heads and disappears into the clouds. Good job, everyone, Mama says. She nuzzles her two little ones.
You were very brave back there, says the little one, still shaking from the excitement. Mama smiles.
It's times like these that I'm most proud of you, she says. And don't forget, no matter what happens, you three will always stick together. The three pikas stand side by side, watching the eagle soar high above them. The sun is shining, and the pikas feel happy and free. It truly is a wonderful day. Once upon a time, in a beautiful house near a park, lived a family with 2 children. The mother gave birth to a little baby boy. They named him Teddy. Of course, he was an adorable child, and when Teddy grew up a bit, his parents took him to the nearby park for walks. When Teddy turned 3 years old, his parents decided to get him a pet. We need to teach our son responsibility at any cost, said the father. And besides, we've been wanting a dog for so long now, added the mother. So they went to the local animal shelter and brought home a cute little poodle puppy. The whole family was over the moon happy. That day, little Teddy was playing in his room with his many toys. All of a sudden, he heard a knock on the door. Who's there? He asked. It's me. Can I come in? Said the puppy. Sure, replied Teddy. And the puppy walked into the room. What's your name? Asked Teddy. I don't have one yet. But what's yours? I'm Teddy. Well, then I guess I'll be Teddy, too. And the two became best friends right away. After that day, Teddy and his new friend spent all their time playing together. They played until sunset, and even when it got dark outside, they didn't want to stop.
Let's play hide and seek, suggested Teddy.
Okay,
Agreed Teddy. But the little boy was hiding really well. The puppy couldn't find him anywhere.
I found you, yelled the puppy. No, you didn't, giggled Teddy. The game continued for a while like this. At some point, Teddy started to get tired. Hey, Teddy, let's take a break and go check out the backyard, suggested the puppy. Okay, said Teddy, and they went out together. The next morning, Teddy woke up early. He got out of bed and went to his pet's house. Good morning, he said. Good morning, replied Teddy. Let's go play outside, said Teddy. Okay, agreed Teddy, and they went out into the yard. They ran around the yard chasing butterflies and enjoying the warm sun. At some point, Teddy got really thirsty. Hey, Teddy, do you think my bowl is full? He asked. I don't know, replied Teddy. Let's go check. They went to the bowl, but it was empty. Oh, no, said the little boy. Don't worry, said Teddy. I'll fill up your bowl. And the puppy went to the kitchen to get some water. As soon as Teddy was done drinking, he wanted to play again. Come on, Teddy. Let's go look for adventures, he said. Okay, agreed Teddy. And they went outside. They were walking down the street when suddenly Teddy stopped. Wow, what's that smell? He asked. I don't know. Let's go check it out, replied Teddy. They walked over to where the delicious smell was coming from and saw a bakery. Do you think they'd give us some bread? Asked Teddy. I don't know. Let's ask, replied Teddy. So they went inside. Excuse me, said the puppy. Can I have some bread? Of course, replied the baker, and gave them a piece of bread each. After that, Teddy and Teddy happily continued their walk. As they were walking, they saw a little girl sitting on a bench, crying. Hey, why are you sad? Asked the puppy. I lost my balloon, replied the girl. Don't worry, we'll help you find it, said Teddy. Really? You're so kind. Thank you, said the girl. Now let's go find that balloon of yours, said Teddy. And they started looking around. After a while, they saw a little red balloon floating in the sky. There it is, yelled the puppy. Thank you so much, said the girl, and ran after the balloon. Teddy and Teddy watched her go. Do you think we should go back home? Asked the puppy. Yeah, it's getting late, replied Teddy. All right, said the puppy. And they went home. The next day, Teddy and Teddy decided to go to the park. Let's go see if we can make new friends, said the puppy. Yeah, that sounds fun, replied Teddy. So they went to the park. As soon as they arrived, they saw a little girl with a ball. "Hey, can we play with you?" asked the puppy. "Sure," replied the girl. And they started playing. They played for a few hours, then got tired and decided to take a break.
This was a wonderful day, sighed Teddy. Indeed, replied Teddy. And they fell asleep.
When they woke up, Teddy's mom called them for dinner. "It's time to go home," said Teddy.
Okay, agreed Teddy. And they left the park.
That evening, Teddy's parents were very happy with how much their son had changed for the better.
We knew getting him a pet would teach him responsibility, but we didn't expect it to go so well, said the mother.
"Indeed. Look how much he's grown," said the father, and they watched their son play with his dog. One day, Teddy were playing in the yard when suddenly the puppy started acting weird. "Hey, Teddy, what's wrong?" asked Teddy. "I don't know. I feel bad," replied Teddy. Teddy's paw was hurting him. He didn't want to admit it, but he was afraid the vet would give him a shot. "Hey, Teddy, do you want to go to the vet?" asked Teddy. "No," replied Teddy. "You don't have to be afraid. It's not gonna hurt," said Teddy. But the puppy kept whining. All right, I'll go with you," said Teddy. When they arrived at the vet, the little boy was very nervous. "Don't worry, Teddy. I'm here," said Teddy and licked him on the head. Teddy felt much better after that. The vet examined the puppy and said, "He has a small wound on his paw. I'll put a bandage on it and give him some medicine. It'll be all right in a couple of days." "Thank you," said Teddy. "You're welcome," replied the vet. After that, Teddy and Teddy went home. "See? I told you it wasn't that bad," said Teddy.
"Yeah, you were right," said Teddy. And they went to play outside.
A little later, Teddy noticed that his friend wasn't playing as enthusiastically as usual.
"Hey, Teddy, what's wrong?"
he asked. "My paw still hurts a little," replied the puppy. "Oh, I'm sorry," said Teddy and hugged his friend. "It's okay," said Teddy. "Here, I'll give you my red bow tie. You'll look so cool in it," said Teddy. "Really? Wow, thank you," said Teddy. "You're welcome," said Teddy. And they went to continue playing. From that day on, Teddy and Teddy became even closer friends, because they understood how important it was to always be there for each other. It's a wonderful day for a baby puffin. It's a wonderful day for a baby puffin. It's a wonderful day for a baby puffin.
Baby Puffin is waiting for his breakfast.
His parents are out in the water, looking for fish to bring back for him to eat. He knows they will be back soon with something yummy to gobble up. He waddles over to the hole in the ground, where he sleeps at night and looks around. The sun is shining. The grass is swaying gently in the breeze. The other puffins have already gone out to play. And he wants to play, too. But first, he needs to wait for his breakfast. He ruffles his feathers, trying to keep still. A little pebble rolls by. A worm wiggles past. A juicy grub crawls nearby. They all look like such tasty treats, but he can't eat them. Puffins only eat fish. He watches a beetle trundle by. Then he sees a big yellow butterfly fluttering past. He tries to flap his little wings and dive after it, and that's when he hears the happy squawk of his mother. She's back from her trip into the sea. And behind her, just behind her, there is something wriggling in her beak.
There are two beady black eyes staring straight at him.
And before he knows what's happening, she drops the fish down onto the ground in front of him and then dives her head first into his feathered chest, nudging him, encouraging him to eat. He gobbles the fish down in a few bites, and then looks hopefully at his mom. She gives him another fish, and he gobbles that one down, too. Now he feels strong and full and ready to play. He takes off down the hill, flapping his wings and diving and swerving like the butterfly he saw earlier. When he's a bit further away, he hears his dad squawk happily and see him coming. Dad gives him a fish, too, and this time, without even waiting for it to touch the ground, he grabs it out of the air and gobbles it down. Then he runs off to join the others, who are playing a noisy game of chase near the edge of the cliff. They slide and skid on their bellies, sliding over each other and bumping and bouncing until one of the older puffins calls out for them to stop. "Time to learn how to fly," he says. The young puffins all gathered together, watching as the bigger puffins take off and dive into the sea, disappear, then reappear with a fish or a squid clamped firmly in their beaks. It's hard to watch them without feeling a little bit sick. The young puffins don't want to go into the sea. It looks so dark and scary down there. All they want to do is play on the land, roll around in the warm grass, and chase butterflies. But they know they need to learn to swim if they want to survive. So one by one, they take it in turns to go into the water and practice diving. First, they jump off the very edge of the cliff. "That's too high," says one of the older puffins, shaking his head. He shows them where to go. Instead, they need to jump off the ledge of the cliff, not the very end. One by one, they try again. This time, it's a little bit better. They splash into the water, feet first. And that's not the way to dive, says the old puffin. You need to throw yourself into the water head first. One by one, they try again. This time, it's a little bit better. But they all come up sputtering, spluttering, choking on salty seawater. Only one puffin seems happy in the water. Little baby puffin watches as the others struggle and dive and surface again. He doesn't want to go in. He wants to stay here on dry land. When it's his turn to go in, he looks up at the old puffins and shakes his head. No, he squawks. He runs away from the water, heading further along the cliff. He sits down on some rocks and sulks. Diving into the sea? Looks scary. And he watched one of the puffins hit a rock hard and come up bleeding and crying. But then he hears a familiar squawk and looks up to see his mom flying towards him. She lands on the rock beside him and ruffles his feathers with her beak. "Are you all right?" she asks. "No," he replies, sniffling. "I don't want to go in the water. It's dark and scary and I might hurt myself." She nuzzles him with her beak. "Don't be scared," she says. "I'm going to teach you how to dive." "Really?" he asks. "Yes, really. Get in. My wings will protect you." She takes off and dives towards the water. He waits until she's almost at the bottom before taking a deep breath and following after her. As soon as he lets go of the cliff, she scoops him up in her wings and wraps him in her soft feathers. Together, they plunge into the water. The water isn't dark, he realizes. It's sparkly and shimmering and full of dancing fish. He looks up at his mom. "How do I dive?" he asks. She shows him. She throws herself into the water head first, and he follows after her. He can't see anything at first, but then he sees a flash of silver. He swoops down towards it, trying to grab it in his beak, but it darts away at the last second. More fish appear. They dart and weave between his beak. They seem to be laughing at him. He feels tears stinging his eyes. Diving isn't easy, he thinks. It's hard work, and these fish are making it really difficult. Suddenly, his mom appears beside him. She catches a fish in her beak and drops it into his mouth. It's cool and slimy and tastes delicious. More fish appear. They dart and weave between his beak. He sees another one. He swoops down, trying to grab it. It darts away at the last second, but he's faster this time. He catches it and gobbles it down whole. It tastes amazing. He spots another fish and dives after it. This time, he manages to catch it before it can get away. He looks up at the sky and sees his mom giving him a big thumbs up. He dives and twists and turns, chasing more fish. After a while, he swims back to the surface and climbs out of the water onto the rocks. He shakes himself dry, ruffles his feathers, and looks back at the sea. It doesn't seem so scary now. He runs down to the other puffins and joins in their game of chase. They bump and bounce and skid and slide until it's time to go back to their burrows to sleep. Baby puffin snuggles down into his bed of leaves and grasses and drifts off to sleep, dreaming of diving and fish and being a proper, full grown-up puffin, just like his mom and dad, in the heart of Australia's enchanting landscape. Where the sun-drenched coast meets the rugged outback, there exists a place known as Cutest Island. This idyllic sanctuary is home to an extraordinary species that has captured the hearts of many, the adorable Amidst this picturesque setting, There lived a baby quokka named Kevin, unlike his elder counterparts, who had already found their own territory. Kevin still resided with his mother, nestled in the island's lush vegetation. Days were filled with playful frolics as Kevin would scamper around with his littermates, their tiny paws pattering on the soft earth. Their joyous squeals echoed through the island, a melody of pure delight. Kevin's days were spent in a delightful haze of exploration and play. He would chase butterflies through fields of wildflowers, their wings a kaleidoscope of colors against the azure sky. The scent of eucalyptus hung heavy in the air, creating an atmosphere of tranquility that enveloped the little quokkas.
Kevin, with his insatiable curiosity, would often venture into the undergrowth.
His nose twitching as he discovered the wonders hidden within. He would roll in the grass, reveling in its softness, or leap onto rocks, feeling a sense of triumph with each ascent. His world was a playground, and he, the eternal child at play. As the sun began its descent, casting long shadows across the island, it was time for Kevin to return to his mother's side. The reunion was always a moment of warmth and affection. His mother, with her gentle touch and soothing voice, would nuzzle him, communicating her love in a language of soft clicks and whistles. The other young quokkas would do the same with their mothers, creating a chorus of contentment that resonated through the twilight. The night descended upon Rotto Nest Island, draping the landscape in a blanket of darkness. The stars twinkled above, casting their celestial glow on the sleeping quokkas. Snuggled together for warmth, Kevin and his littermates dreamed of endless fields of grass and butterflies to chase. The island, bathed in moonlight, became a fairy tale land, and the quokkas, its enchanted inhabitants. As the first rays of sunlight peeked over the horizon, another day began on the enchanting Rotto Nest Island. Kevin, the spirited baby quokka, awoke from his slumber, his eyes bright with anticipation for the day ahead. Stretching languidly, he shook off the remnants of sleep and took in the beauty of the new day. The rising sun painted the sky in hues of gold and crimson, a breathtaking sight that never failed to amaze him. With a playful squeal, Kevin hopped out of his den, eager to begin his day. His mother, ever vigilant, watched as he took his first steps into the world, her heart swelling with pride and affection. She knew that her little one was growing up, venturing further and exploring more than ever before. Today was a special day for Kevin. It was his first time venturing out alone, without his mother by his side. With a determined nod, Kevin set off on his solo adventure, his little tail bobbing with excitement. He wanted to explore the vast expanse of the island and discover all its hidden wonders. His first stop was the field of wildflowers, a place he had only gazed at from afar. As he entered the field, a symphony of colors greeted him, each flower vying for his attention with its vibrant hues and delicate petals. He sniffed at a purple blossom, its fragrance both sweet and earthy, then bounded toward a patch of yellow daisies, their sunny faces turned toward the light. Lost in the beauty of the floral wonderland, Kevin didn't notice a large bird of prey circling overhead, its sharp eyes scanning the ground for unsuspecting prey. Suddenly, the bird swooped down, its talons extended, and grabbed Kevin in its grasp. Just when all hope seemed lost, a blur of movement caught Kevin's eye. It was his mother, her eyes blazing with determination. She lunged at the bird, her sharp claws extended, and managed to latch onto its leg. The bird, taken by surprise, dropped Kevin and let out a squawk of pain and annoyance. Kevin, shaken but unharmed, scrambled back to his mother, burying his face in her fur. She nuzzled him, her touch a balm to his frightened soul. Her quick reactions had saved his life, and he knew he was the luckiest quokka on the island. News of the attempted abduction spread through the quokka community like wildfire, and soon Kevin and his mother were surrounded by concerned family members. They chattered and clicked, expressing their worry and admiration for the brave mother who had risked her own safety to protect her offspring. One elder, her fur streaked with gray, approached them, her eyes filled with respect. She had witnessed the incident from afar and couldn't help but feel a surge of admiration for the bond between mother and son. Gently, she nudged Kevin, her way of saying, "Well done, little one. You showed great courage." Emboldened by the support and love surrounding him, Kevin emerged from his mother's side, He stood a little taller, his gaze a bit steadier. He realized that, while he was just a small quokka, he possessed a strength and courage that belied his size. From that day forward, Kevin's adventures took on a new dimension. He continued to roam the island, exploring its nooks and crannies, but now he did so with a newfound sense of bravery and independence. The incident with the bird of prey had been a stark reminder of the challenges that lay ahead, but it had also been a testament to the unwavering support and protection he would always have from his family and the tight-knit quokka community. As the sun began its slow descent, painting the sky in hues of orange and purple, Kevin felt a pang of longing for his mother. The day had been filled with excitement and new experiences, but the thought of returning to the warmth and safety of his family burrow tugged at his heartstrings. With a final glance at the sprawling landscape, Kevin turned toward home. As he neared the burrow, the familiar scent of eucalyptus and earth welcomed him. Peeking inside, he saw his mother and littermates curled up together, fast asleep. Gently, he nudged his mother awake. She stirred, her eyes filled with a mix of concern and relief as she saw it was just Kevin. With a soft click, she expressed her love and reassurance, her body language speaking volumes of the bond they shared. After a busy day of exploration and a narrow escape, Kevin snuggled close to his mother, feeling the warmth of her fur envelop him. The day's events replayed in his mind, each moment etched in his memory. But as he drifted off to sleep, he knew that with his mother by his side, he was ready to face whatever adventures, challenges, or even dangers tomorrow might bring. The cycle of life continued on Cutest Island. As the moon replaced the sun in the velvety sky, Kevin, the courageous little quokka, slept soundly in the company of his loving mother and siblings. The events of the day served as a reminder of the strength, resilience, and unwavering maternal love that thrived in the heart of this enchanting island paradise. And so, the story of Kevin, the baby quokka, serves as a heartwarming testament to the enduring power of family, the courage that blossoms in the face of adversity, and the unbreakable bond between a mother and her child. Amidst the picturesque backdrop of Cutest Island, Kevin's tale echoes through the ages, reminding us all of the values that truly matter in life. Hello everyone! Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to have a look at a wonderful day of a baby rabbit. If you haven't subscribed yet, then click the subscribe button below to make sure that you don't miss any of our future videos. And if you like this video, then press the like button too. The sun is shining brightly in the sky today. The wind is blowing softly through the trees. Birds are chirping merrily in the branches. Flowers are swaying gently in the breeze. It is a beautiful day for a picnic and an excellent opportunity for Mama Bunny to take her babies out for a first time. Mama Bunny wakes up early in the morning. She cleans herself, twitches her nose and ears, and jumps out of the hole. She peeks around outside the burrow to see if it's safe. She couldn't see any predators around, so she goes back into the burrow to wake up her babies. 4 little pink noses begin to twitch. 4 pairs of bright black eyes begin to blink. 4 tiny paws begin to stretch. And soon, all 4 baby bunnies are hopping around the burrow entrance. Mama Bunny is proud of her children. They're all big enough now to explore the world outside of their burrow. Of course, they must be very careful because there are many dangers lurking outside. But with Mama Bunny to protect them, the baby rabbits feel quite brave. The first order of the day is breakfast. Mama Bunny has found some delicious dandelions near the burrow, and she picks them with her strong, sharp teeth. Then she takes the dandelions back to the burrow and feeds them to her babies. Baby rabbits can't eat solid food yet, so Mama Bunny must mash the dandelions into a thick liquid to feed her babies. As the baby rabbits drink their breakfast, Mama Bunny cleans their fur for them. She licks each bunny from the tip of its head to the end of its fluffy tail. She also washes her own fur while she's at it. After breakfast, Mama Bunny tells her babies it's time to explore the world. The baby rabbits have never been outside the burrow before. They're all very nervous, but excited to finally get a chance to hop around in the open meadow. Mama Bunny leads the way, showing her babies how to sniff the flowers and hop over the tall grass. The baby rabbits are amazed at all the new sights, sounds, and smells. They hop and skip and jump, full of energy and enthusiasm. They meet a friendly squirrel who greets them with a flick of his bushy tail. They watch a family of field mice scampering around their burrow.
And they even make friends with a wise old turtle who's sunning himself on a nearby rock.
It's so much fun. Outside the burrow, the baby rabbits play until they're exhausted. They flop down in the grass for a rest.
Mama Bunny watches over them, making sure they're all safe and sound.
As the sun begins to set, Mama Bunny calls her babies. It's time to go home. The baby rabbits, tired from their day of exploring, snuggle close to their mother and drift off to sleep. When they wake up in the morning, they don't remember anything about the previous day. Baby rabbits have very short memories.
They only remember what happened within the last 24 hours.
So when Mama Bunny tells them it's time to explore again, they're as excited as if it were their first time. Mama Bunny is a good mother. She knows how to keep her babies happy and healthy. She takes them on long walks every day where they explore new areas of the meadow and practice their hopping skills.
She teaches them how to find the tastiest plants to eat and the best hiding spots to stay safe from predators.
She also makes sure they get plenty of exercise so they can grow into strong, healthy adults. One day while playing, one of the baby rabbits hops away from the group and gets lost. Mama Bunny is frantic with worry. She runs around the meadow, calling for her baby, her heart pounding in her chest. Finally, she spots him, hiding under a bush, and she rushes to his side, nuzzling him with her nose. Relieved and overjoyed, Mama Bunny scoops him up in her mouth and carries him back to the burrow. The baby rabbit, shaken but unharmed, snuggles close to his mother and the other baby rabbits. Mama Bunny, shaken by the close call, holds her babies even tighter, vowing to never let go. As the days pass, the baby rabbits grow bigger and stronger. They're almost too big for Mama Bunny to carry in her mouth, and their playful nips and kicks become more frequent and harder to handle. It's time for them to start living on their own. With a mix of pride and sadness, Mama Bunny watches as her babies leave the burrow, venturing out into the world on their own.
She knows they're ready to start their own families and continue the cycle of life.
The baby rabbits, taking everything they've learned from their mother, explore the world with excitement and wonder. They hop and skip and jump, their fluffy tails bobbing with each leap. They sniff the flowers, chase butterflies, and play with the other young rabbits they meet along the way. Life is full of adventure and possibilities, and the baby rabbits can't wait to see what the future holds. Meanwhile, Mama Bunny, watching from afar, feels a sense of contentment. As the sun sets over the meadow, Mama Bunny returns to her burrow, her heart filled with love and pride. The burrow is quiet now, empty except for the faint scent of her babies. She curls up in her nest, remembering the joy and laughter that filled these walls. Though her babies are gone, the love and memories they shared will forever remain. And so life goes on in the meadow. The seasons change, the flowers bloom and wither, and the rabbits play and grow. Each day brings new adventures and challenges, and each sunset is a reminder of the beauty and wonder of the natural world. The meadow is a place of constant change and renewal, and the rabbits, with their playful antics and boundless energy, are its heartbeat. Whether they're chasing butterflies, digging burrows, or simply basking in the sun, the rabbits bring life and joy to the meadow. And as the sun sets over the horizon, casting long shadows across the land, the rabbits, tired from their day of play, return to their burrows. They snuggle down in their nests, their tiny hearts beating peacefully as they dream of endless fields of clover and dandelions. The cycle of life continues, and the meadow waits patiently for the dawn to break and the rabbits to begin their endless games anew. If you liked this video, then click the like button below to tell us. Also, click the subscribe button below to make sure that you don't miss any of our future videos. Click the bell icon to receive notifications for new updates. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. Hello everyone! Welcome to our channel. We are so glad that you've joined us today. This little baby raccoon is living the best life ever. He gets to go outside for the first time and explore all of his surroundings, and he has no idea what an amazing day it is going to be. And honestly, who can blame him? This is one of those days where everything goes right. He gets to play with all of his favorite toys, eat some yummy food, and hang out with his mom. It just doesn't get any better than this. We find our little guy opening up his eyes for the very first time. These little beans are so cute, but they sure are sensitive. That bright light is probably making them hurt a little bit. So let's turn it down a notch and see if that helps him feel better. There we go. Now he can take in all of his surroundings without feeling like someone is shining a spotlight on him. And speaking of his surroundings, let's talk about how big and how beautiful they are. First things first, he has his trusty mom by his side, which makes me feel so much better. I don't know about you, but I would be scared to death letting my kid go explore the great outdoors all by himself. But hey, this little guy has got this. Well, at least I hope he does. I mean, he is a raccoon, after all. They're supposed to be good at stuff like this. He lets out a little yawn as he starts to stretch out his little paws. As he looks around, he spots something really interesting. There is a ladybug crawling along the edge of their den. At this point, Mom finally decides to leave the house and check out what the world has to offer for the day. She tells her babies to stay inside, but there is no way she is keeping them in there forever. Eventually, they will have to learn to fend for themselves. Our little guy looks back and forth between his siblings and the front door. His curiosity is getting the best of him, and he really wants to go out and see what Mom is doing. I mean, come on, can you blame him? He has never been outside before, and he probably has a million questions running through his tiny raccoon mind. What's out there? What do I get to do? Is it fun? Now, let's face it, being cooped up inside all day every day can get pretty boring. You need to get out and explore the world, even if you're just a baby raccoon. After a few minutes of thinking about all the fun they could be having outside, the babies decide to make their move. They wriggle their little bodies through the hole in the den and find themselves in the most amazing place ever. It's so bright and sunny, and there are so many cool things to look at and investigate. The first thing they spot, though, is a big, juicy-looking grub. It's sitting on a leaf just waiting for someone to come along and devour it. The babies run over and start digging in. This thing must not have seen them coming because it didn't even try to hide. After they finish their snack, they notice that Mom isn't anywhere to be found. She must still be settling in. So they decide to head back to the den and wait for her there. On the way, they spot another interesting bug. It's moving so slow, and it seems to be stuck. The babies think this would be a perfect snack and try to grab it, but it's a little too quick for them. They chase it around for a few minutes, but eventually it gets away from them and disappears into the bushes. They finally make it back to the den without Mom, so they curl up together for a little bit until she comes back. Now that they're all settled in, it's time for Mom to show them some of her favorite places around the woods. First, she takes them to a tree where they can climb up and see the whole forest from above. It's so high up that they feel like they're on top of the world, and the view is absolutely breathtaking. All they can see are trees as far as the eye can see, and it makes them feel like they're in the middle of nowhere. As they climb higher and higher, they start to feel like they're flying. It's such a rush. They love it so much that they want to do it again and again, but Mom tells them it's time to move on. There's so much more to see. She takes them to a stream where they can splash around in the water and cool off from the heat. It's so refreshing, and they love it. They play in the water for a while, but eventually they get tired and want to take a break. Mom takes them back to the den to rest. When they wake up, she tells them it's time to go out again. She takes them to a field where they can run around and play in the grass. It's so much fun. They love running around and feeling the wind in their fur. They play in the field for a while, but eventually they get tired and want to go home. On the way back, they spot a family of deer and they watch them for a while. They're so graceful and beautiful. Our little guy thinks that maybe he'll be a deer when he grows up. When they finally make it back to the den, Mom tells them it's time to sleep. They're all exhausted from a day of playing and exploring. They snuggle up to each other and drift off to sleep. When they wake up in the morning, they're all hungry. Mom goes out to find some food for them, and when she comes back, she brings them something special. She found a big juicy peach, and she's going to share it with her babies. They all dig in, and it's the sweetest thing they've ever tasted. After they finish the peach, Mom tells them it's time to go out and play again. They spend the afternoon playing in the water, climbing trees, and chasing bugs. They have so much fun. As the sun starts to set, they head back to the den. They're tired and hungry, but Mom has already taken care of it. She brought home some yummy fish for them to eat. They dig in, and it's the best meal they've ever had. After they finish eating, they snuggle up to each other and go to sleep. When they wake up in the morning, they're a little bit sad. They don't want to grow up and leave their cozy den, but they know they have to. It's time for them to start their new lives as independent raccoons. As they leave the den for the last time, they look back and see Mom waiting for them.
She's sad to see them go, but she knows it's for the best.
She watches as they disappear into the trees, and she couldn't be prouder of the strong, healthy adults they've become. And that's the end of our story. We hope you enjoyed watching this little raccoon grow up and learn about the world around him. Remember, no matter how scary or challenging the world can be sometimes, with a little bit of courage and a lot of love, you can achieve anything. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. The rising sun in the sky was like a gigantic ball of yarn floating in a vast blue sea, slowly unraveling its golden threads across the waves. The new day brought with it the promise of adventure, and for one baby sea otter, it was a day just like any other. He woke up from his slumber, stretched his little paws, and yawned widely, revealing two adorable pink tongue rollers.
As the first rays of sunlight hit his fur, he opened his eyes.
His whiskers twitched as he sniffed the air, catching the scent of the ocean breeze and the sweet smell of kelp. He could hear the rhythmic crashing of waves and the cheerful chatter of his fellow sea otters. It was going to be a wonderful day. His mother, a sleek and graceful creature with fur as dark as midnight, nuzzled him affectionately. Her eyes, like shiny black beads, glistened with love and amusement. She knew her little one couldn't wait to start exploring. "It's time for your breakfast, little one," she said, her voice a soft, melodious hum. "And then we'll go on an adventure." He squealed with delight, his tiny body wiggling with excitement. Adventures were his favorite part of the day. Each rock, each shell, and each seaweed forest was a thrilling discovery waiting to be unveiled.
After a hearty breakfast of fish, he was ready to embark on his morning escapade.
As he tumbled out of the kelp forest, he saw his papa waiting for him. His papa was a strong and playful otter with a heart as big as the ocean. He had a small scar over his left eye, a badge of honor from a daring adventure long ago. "Ready for some fun, little guy?" his papa asked, his voice a deep rumble that echoed the strength of the waves. The baby otter could only nod enthusiastically, his eyes shining with anticipation. His papa chuckled, a sound like pebbles being tossed in a stream, and with a flick of his powerful tail, he disappeared into the shimmering depths. Curious and excited, the little otter followed. The underwater world was a kaleidoscope of colors. Sunlight streamed down from the surface, painting dancing patterns on the sandy bottom. Schools of silvery fish shimmered past, their scales flashing like mirrors. Bright purple sea urchins clung to rocks, and shy seahorses swayed gracefully in the current. As he swam, he played hide and seek with the colorful pebbles that littered the seabed.
Sometimes he pretended they were tiny otters trying to hide from him.
Other times, he imagined they were his prey and pounced playfully on them. He came across a giant kelp forest, its fronds swaying in the current like an underwater meadow in the wind. Here, the sunlight was dim and the water was still, creating a peaceful atmosphere that was perfect for a little otter to rest. He climbed onto a rock, nestled between the kelp stalks, and closed his eyes, the gentle sway of the fronds lulling him into a peaceful slumber. The warmth of the rock and the muffled sounds of the ocean around him made it hard to believe that anything could disturb him here. But as the sun climbed higher in the sky, the water began to warm and the peaceful quiet was shattered by a sudden commotion. A large shadow loomed over him, blocking the sunlight and sending ripples through the water. Startled, he looked up to see a huge sea turtle swimming directly towards him. The turtle was enormous, its shell as big as the rock he was sitting on. Its ancient eyes, like polished amber beads, seemed to hold the wisdom of the ages. The sight of the majestic creature sent a shiver of fear down his spine. The turtle stopped in front of him, its head emerging from its shell. It regarded him with an expression that was both curious and kind. The baby otter couldn't help but stare back, mesmerized by the creature before him. In that moment, he forgot his fear and was filled with awe. The turtle was a living legend, a creature of the deep whose life had spanned decades. He had heard tales of these gentle giants from the elder otters, stories of their longevity and their quiet grace. But hearing about them and seeing one up close were two different things entirely. The turtle stayed with him for a while, its presence a soothing balm to his racing heart. Then, As if satisfied with the surprise visit, it dipped back into the water, leaving him alone again in the kelp forest.
Shaking off his lingering fear, he decided to make the most of the rest of his day.
He swam through the kelp, chasing after curious fish and playing with the dancing pebbles. He even managed to find a few treasures, like a shiny abalone shell and a sea star that had lost its way.
As the afternoon wore on, he started to feel a twinge of sadness.
He had been having so much fun that he hadn't noticed the sun climbing towards the horizon.
Soon, it would be time to head back to the safety of the kelp forest, where his mom would be waiting with a cozy den and a dinner of fresh fish.
With a sigh, he turned towards home, the thought of another exciting day tomorrow giving him something to look forward to. Back at the kelp forest, his mother greeted him with a happy chirp.
She nuzzled him, checking for any signs of scratches or tiredness.
Relieved to see him unharmed, she led him to their den, a cozy space lined with soft kelp leaves. As he snuggled into the comforting darkness, he felt a deep sense of contentment. His day had been full of adventure, a perfect blend of exploration, discovery, and a little bit of friendly fright. His mother curled up beside him, her warmth chasing away any remaining chill from his adventure.
The gentle rise and fall of her breathing soon lulled him into a peaceful sleep, his dreams filled with visions of turtles, treasures, and endless blue.
In the quiet of the night, the ocean was alive with activity.
Tiny plankton danced in the moonlight, while schools of fish shimmered through the water,
their scales catching the faint glow.
The rhythmic crash of waves provided a soothing melody, a constant lullaby to the creatures of the deep.
For the baby sea otter, this nightly symphony was a familiar tune, one that had cradled him to sleep since the first night he had been born. As the moon climbed higher in the sky, casting an ethereal glow over the water, he stirred in his sleep. He had a tiny nightmare, a tangle of darkness and strange shapes that made him whimper softly. But his mother was there, her presence a comforting anchor in his dream world.
She nuzzled him, her touch chasing away the shadows and guiding him back to safety.
He snuggled closer to her, his small body trembling slightly, seeking the warmth and security she provided. In the vast and sometimes scary ocean, he was lucky to have her by his side. As the night deepened, the moon and the waves continued their timeless dance, serenading the sleeping sea otter. And as the first hint of dawn touched the horizon, he drifted back to sleep, his dreams filled with the gentle light of day and the promise of another wonderful day. It was a wonderful day in the woods. The sun shone through the trees in golden rays. Little squirrels chattered as they chased each other up and down the tree trunks. Birds sang sweetly from hidden perches. And all around, nature was waking up to another beautiful day. In a secluded spot amidst the tall trees and leafy shrubs lived a family of snowshoe hares. In their cozy nest of leaves and twigs, a mother hare nursed her 3 little babies, one of which we'll call Hazel. The previous winter had been long and harsh, so the family was overjoyed that spring had finally arrived. As the morning sun poured into their nest, Hazel and her siblings began to stir. Their eyes, still half closed, blinked at the bright light. They yawned, showing tiny pink tongues, and snuggled closer to their warm mother. The mother hare, her heart full of love for her little ones, licked them gently, rousing them from their sleep. "Good morning, my sweet little ones," she said softly. "It's a beautiful day today?" Hazel, feeling energized, wiggled her nose and twitched her whisk. She was ready for an exciting day of play. The mother hare watched as her little ones tumbled over each other in their eagerness to start exploring the world. After some time, she knew it was time for them to venture out into the big, wide world. "All right, my loves, it's time to go exploring," she said. "Remember what I taught you about staying close and being careful." With a final kiss and cuddle, Hazel and her siblings headed out into the forest. The world was a wonderland of sights and sounds for the baby hares. As they hopped alongside their mother, Hazel saw butterflies fluttering past, birds soaring overhead, and squirrels scampering up trees. Everything was so new and exciting.
The mother hare led them to a patch of clover and dandelion, their favorite treat.
The little hares hopped around, nibbling on the fresh greens. They felt like the luckiest bunnies in the whole wide world. After a while, the mother hare decided it was time to find a new adventure. She led her little ones through a field of tall grass, over a babbling brook, and and into a shady part of the forest. The air was filled with the sweet smell of wildflowers and the sound of buzzing bees. Hazel and her siblings, their noses twitching with excitement, came across a clearing. In the middle of the clearing stood a large oak tree with thick, sprawling branches. The tree was covered with moss, lichens, and a variety of other plants. It was the perfect place for an exciting game of hide and seek. The mother hare suggested they play a game of hide and seek around the oak tree. 1, 2, 3, I'm coming for you, she called out playfully before dashing away and hiding behind a bush. Now it was up to Hazel and her siblings to find her. They hopped around the clearing, looking for their mom. Where could she be? Whispered Hazel to her brother.
Suddenly, Hazel spotted something that made her freeze.
There, behind a bush, she saw what looked like a pair of beady eyes staring at her. The eyes were cold and emotionless, and they seemed to pierce right through her. Fear shot through Hazel, and she couldn't help but squeak in terror. Her brother, noticing her fear, quickly came to her side. What's wrong, Hazel? What did you see? He asked. Hazel, still trembling, pointed her nose towards the bush. I saw something scary, she whispered. Just then, their mother emerged from behind the bush and rushed to her babies. What happened, my loves? Are you all right? She asked, her voice filled with concern. Hazel, finding comfort in her mother's presence, explained what she had seen. The mother hare, understanding their fear, reassured them. Don't worry, my sweet ones. It was just an owl. He meant you no harm, she said, licking them gently. Hazel, still shaken, snuggled close to her mother. She was grateful for her warmth and protection. The encounter with the owl had been too scary for her, and she never wanted to experience such fear again. As the family continued their exploration, the mother hare kept a watchful eye out for any potential danger. She knew that as first-time explorers, her little ones were still learning about the world and its potential hazards. Hazel, with her mother by her side, slowly began to relax. She realized that, with her mom there to protect her, she was safe no matter what. The family continued their adventure, hopping through the forest and playing in the clearings. Hazel and her siblings, their fears forgotten, reveled in the joy of the beautiful spring day. As the afternoon wore on, the sun began its slow descent towards the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange and purple. It was time for the family to head back to their cozy nest. With the day's adventures coming to an end, Hazel and her siblings snuggled close to their mother as they made their way home. The forest, bathed in the warm glow of the setting sun, looked like a place straight out of a fairy tale. As they approached their nest, Hazel noticed that her siblings had become unusually quiet. She turned to them and asked, "Why are we not playing anymore?" Her brother sighed and replied, "I'm tired." "Can we rest now?" Hazel, yawning, realized that she, too, was exhausted from their exciting day of exploration. They reached their cozy nest and snuggled up to their warm mother. The soft rustling of leaves and the gentle hooting of an owl provided a soothing lullaby as the little hares drifted off to sleep. The mother hare, her heart full of love, nuzzled her sleeping babies. She knew that each day would bring new adventures and challenges, but she was also aware that her little ones were strong, brave, and most importantly, loved. As the moon took its place in the night sky, the forest fell silent, with only the gentle breathing of the sleeping hares breaking the stillness. When Hazel woke up the next morning, she stretched and yawned. Looking around, she realized that her day was going to be just as wonderful as the last. And so Hazel and her siblings continued to explore the forest, learning about their surroundings and growing braver with each passing day. The support and love of their mother guided them, ensuring that they were always ready for whatever adventures awaited them. From leaping over logs to dodging falling leaves, Hazel and her siblings developed a range of skills that helped them navigate the forest with ease. They learned to identify the tastiest plants and berries, becoming little experts on all things nature. As the seasons changed and the years went by, the snowshoe hare family continued to thrive in their woodland home. Each day brought new experiences and challenges, and Hazel and her siblings grew alongside them. The bond between the mother and her children only grew stronger with time, and they faced everything together, knowing that they had each other's love and support to rely on. So if you ever find yourself wandering through a sun-dappled forest, listening to the wind rustling through the leaves. Take a moment to appreciate the beauty of nature and the wonder of new beginnings. Who knows? You might just stumble upon a family of snowshoe hares embarking on their own exciting adventures. And that's all for today's story about Hazel the snowshoe hare. We hope you enjoyed joining Hazel and her family on their adventures in the woods. Remember, no matter what challenges you face, always remember to stay curious, stay kind, and keep exploring the world with an open heart. If you liked this story, please give us a like and share it with your friends. And if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel to get notified when we post new stories. Until next time, happy adventuring. Baby animals are undeniably cute, but they also need to learn life skills in order to survive. This little squirrel is no exception. Let's take a look at this baby squirrel having the best day ever. Hi everyone! I make videos about the cutest baby animals from around the world. There are some affiliate links below if you want to show your support. And now, let's meet our very busy little squirrel. This little squirrel is just waking up in his nest for what will be an exciting day. The sun is shining through the leaves and it's making him all warm and toasty. He can feel his mom moving around in the nest too, but he doesn't see her. Mom must be off getting food for her babies. It's not uncommon for tree-dwelling animals like squirrels to have their babies in a dray, which is a special nest made out of twigs and leaves. That's super cozy. And moms will often leave these nests during the day to go forage for food. That means that this little one is going to have to wait a little while longer until he gets to snuggle with her again. But first, he has an important appointment with his brother. These two little ones are getting bigger by the day, and they need to stretch their little bodies. Stretching helps the muscles stay loose and flexible, and it warms them up for any activity that might come their way. These two are obviously very flexible already, but this little guy needs to work on a few moves. Look at him! Go! And you thought yoga was hard. Just wait until you see this next move. After their morning stretches, it's time for some breakfast. Now, this isn't the kind of breakfast that we eat. After all, squirrels don't live on a diet of acorns and nuts.
They are, after all, mammals.
So these little guys probably have some milk waiting for them back in the dray. Milk is important for baby mammals because it gives them all the nutrition that they need to grow big and strong. And mom makes just enough milk for her babies. That means that these two will never get more milk than they need, which helps keep the dray nice and clean. Milk is great and all, but these little ones are getting older, and mom will need to start weaning them soon. Eventually, they will be eating solid foods most of the time, only drinking milk occasionally. Weaning is when mom slowly switches her babies over to a diet of solid foods. And it is important that she does this so that her babies can keep growing once they leave the nest. Speaking of leaving the nest, these two will need to learn how to climb trees before they can venture out into the world. They're still a bit small for that, though. So, for now, they need to work on climbing up and down branches. At first, it looks like it's not going very well. But once these two little ones get the hang of it, they'll be zooming up and down trees like nobody's business. Climbing is really good exercise for baby squirrels. It helps them build muscle and improve their balance, which they'll need later when they start running around on branches. Being agile is essential for squirrels because they often need to escape predators by leaping between branches or chasing other agile animals like birds. After all that exercise, these two are getting pretty thirsty. Luckily, there's water nearby, but drinking from a hose bib is a little scary for these two. They take turns taking little sips from the water. Do you think it's cold? That would be quite the shock to their systems. Baby animals need to stay warm to keep healthy. Being cold can lower their chance of survival. So it makes sense that these two wouldn't want to drink anything that might be cold. The next thing that these two need to practice is jumping. Jumping helps baby squirrels develop their sense of balance and spatial awareness, which is super important for their overall development. Plus, it's just plain fun. You know what else is fun? When you jump and your brother falls, just make sure that you're ready to catch him before he hits the ground. These two seem to be doing great so far. They're taking turns jumping while the other one cheers them on. They're even starting to jump further distances. But it's important to remember that every baby is different, and some squirrels may not be ready for long jumps right away. But that's okay, because they have plenty of time to build up their strength. Just like with any new skill, it takes time and practice for baby squirrels to become long jumpers. But with enough patience and encouragement, they'll be bounding through the trees in no time. Now that these two little ones have had plenty of jumping practice, it's time for another very important lesson. Their mother has been teaching them how to find food.
This is very important because one day they will need to find their own food.
In the wild, baby squirrels are born with the instinct to seek out food. However, they need their mother's guidance to locate the best sources of nutrition. Squirrels are known for their love of nuts and tree sap, but they also eat fruits, fungi, and even insects. Teaching baby squirrels the art of finding food is a crucial aspect of their upbringing. By observing and assisting their mother, baby squirrels learn the intricacies of foraging, identifying edible plants and avoiding potential hazards. Of course, being little squirrels, they can't resist the urge to play with each other. They tumble over each other and try to chase each other up and down the branches. They're learning how to navigate the trees, and they're having a blast doing it. And who could blame them? Life is good when you're a baby squirrel. And speaking of baby animals, this little squirrel is taking a break from playing with his brother to watch a bird hop around in the grass. He chirps and chatters, trying to figure out what it is. What do you think he's saying? Perhaps he's saying, "Hey, what are you doing? Want to play?" Or maybe he's wondering what this new creature is. Whatever he's thinking, he's definitely curious. After all, everything is new and exciting for a baby squirrel. Every rustle in the leaves, every chirp in the trees, and every sight, sound, and smell on the ground is a new experience. Baby squirrels are naturally curious and will explore their surroundings with enthusiasm, often using their sense of touch, hearing, and smell to learn about their environment. Their playful nature leads them to investigate and interact with various objects, textures, and sounds, fostering their cognitive and physical development. This little squirrel is getting pretty big, and soon he will need to find his own home. For now, though, he's happy to play in the backyard and look at the birds. Maybe someday he will be brave enough to fly like them. A baby squirrel's curiosity knows no bounds. They will explore every nook and cranny of their environment, always eager to discover what's around the next leaf or behind the next tree. It's during these explorations that they learn about the world around them, develop their motor skills and sensory abilities, and most importantly, gain the confidence they need to thrive as independent squirrels. As the day goes on, this little squirrel continues to explore his world. He climbs higher and higher up the trees, always looking for new adventures. He leaps from branch to branch with ease, his tail twitching with excitement. As the sun begins to set, our little friend heads back to the dray, snuggling up to his mom and brother for a long winter's nap. Another wonderful day in the life of a baby squirrel. Baby squirrels are adorable, no doubt, but they also face many challenges as they grow up. Fortunately, with the help of their mothers and human caretakers, they can overcome these obstacles and lead happy, healthy lives. Did you enjoy seeing this little squirrel have the best day ever? If so, please hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching.
See you next time.
A day in the life of a sugar glider with Coco. It's 6:30 a.m. Coco is stretched out ready for breakfast. She loves her breakfast. It's her favorite meal of the day. We normally feed her on a mix of berries, greens, fruits, vegetables, and nuts. And, of course, she will be drinking lots of water throughout the day. After breakfast, Coco goes back into her pouch for some much-needed snuggles and sleep. She is a little sleepy after all that food. Being a sugar glider takes a lot of energy, so naps are very important. She spends about 15 to 20 hours a day sleeping. It's not always easy to get good sleep when you have a busy household like Coco does. But whenever she can find a quiet space, she will take a nap. When she wakes up, it's time for some exercise. The wheel is her favorite place to run and get her heart pumping. This wheel was custom made just for her. It fits perfectly inside her cage. And not only does she use it for exercise, but also likes to practice her jumps. Coco really likes to jump. She jumps from branch to branch in her cage, and she loves to jump onto our hands while we're playing with her. But no matter how many times we throw her toy, she will never catch it. It's just too fast for her. That doesn't stop her from trying. After a good playtime, it's time to groom herself. Cleaning herself is very important to her. Coco will spend around 15 minutes licking her fur until it looks nice and tidy. Sometimes we help her clean herself by brushing her with this small brush. She loves when we do this, and sometimes she even grooms us back. After grooming, it's time to play with her favorite toy, the hideaway hut. This is where she spends most of her playtime during the day. She loves to go inside and outside of it and likes to hide in it when she asks scared or wants some alone time.
She also likes to chew on it.
The wood is very strong, so it's perfect for chewing. And if that's not enough entertainment, she has plenty more toys to choose from. She has balls to roll around, ladders to climb on, cardboard boxes to hide in, and so much more. She loves to explore and keep herself busy. She can entertain herself for hours without getting bored. But playing isn't all there is to life. It's also important to socialize and make friends. That's why every morning and evening, we bring Coco out of her cage for some supervised playtime. She loves to explore different parts of the house and always wants to know what we're doing. When she comes out of her cage, she immediately runs over to us and wants some pets.
She loves when we scratch her chin and stroke her back.
She purrs loudly while we pet her, and sometimes even falls asleep on our fingers. She is very friendly and curious and likes to say hi to everyone she meets. One of her favorite places to go is the kitchen. She loves to sit on the counter and watch us prepare her food. She is always hungry, so she thinks we should cook for her more often. But sometimes she gets into mischief and tries to steal food from the cupboards. She can open doors now, but she hasn't learned how to open the cupboards yet. Every time she goes into the kitchen, we have to hide the food or else she will eat everything in sight. Another place she loves to visit is the living room. She has a little backpack she likes to carry around and collect sticks and leaves. She carries them all around the house and never lets go of them until they fall apart. She also likes to watch TV with us. She sits on the couch next to us and watches whatever we're watching. She is very smart and can learn tricks easily. If you give her a treat and praise her when she does something right, she will repeat the trick over and over again because she wants that treat and praise.
She knows how to shake hands, high five, and come when she is called.
She is also learning how to use a toilet. She needs a little help, but she's almost there. As the night goes on, Coco starts to slow down. She doesn't want to play anymore and just wants to relax. She comes back to her cage and eats some dinner. After that, she goes to her favorite hiding spot and falls asleep. She sleeps through the night and doesn't wake up until morning. And then her day starts all over again. Now, let's talk about the things we love about Coco. First of all, she's very affectionate and loves to cuddle. She loves to climb on our hands and feet and just hang out with us. She also loves to give us kisses, especially on the cheeks. It's so cute. Another thing we love about her is her personality. She is very curious and adventurous and loves to explore new things. She is also very playful and energetic and keeps us on our toes. We never know what she will do next.
Finally, we love her looks.
She's a beautiful gray color and has big black eyes and a long bushy tail. She is just so fluffy and cuddly looking. We can't resist her. Having a sugar glider as a pet is not for everyone. They are wild animals and have special needs that must be met in order for them to live a happy and healthy life. However, if you are willing to put in the work, they can make wonderful pets. They are unique and special, and we feel lucky to have Coco in our lives. Now let's talk about the challenges of having a sugar glider as a pet. First of all, they are nocturnal, which means they are most active at night. This can be challenging because they can be noisy and active when you are trying to sleep. They are also very destructive and like to chew on things. This can be a problem if you have expensive electronics or other items that you do not want them to chew on. Finally, they need a lot of attention and enrichment. If they are not given enough attention, they can become bored and develop behavioral problems. Now let's answer some frequently asked questions about sugar gliders. How big do sugar gliders get? Sugar gliders can reach a maximum length of 40 centimeters, including their tail. What is the average lifespan of a sugar glider? With proper care, sugar gliders can live for 15 years or longer. Are sugar gliders good pets? Yes. Sugar gliders can make great pets. They are unique and special and can provide years of enjoyment. Just be prepared for the challenges involved in taking care of them. If you enjoyed this video, Please hit the like button and subscribe for more animal videos. Thank you for watching. It was one of those days in early spring when the sun does not yet have the strength to warm your body, but still manages to reflect nicely in your eyes when it peeks out from behind a puffy cloud. The gentle breeze that sways the branches of trees carries with it the smell of blooming flowers, fresh cut grass, and moist soil. It's a wonderful day to be alive. In this video, we will show you a day in the life of a baby puppy. This little fellow wakes up all happy and carefree in his doghouse. And by the way, how cute is his little pink nose? Looks like a cherry. You can see that he is getting ready for a big adventure. What kind of adventure, you ask? Well, that's what we are here for. To find out, let's go outside and join him. While walking towards the camera, the puppy takes some time to sniff around. His little tail wags, hopefully while looking at the approaching human, hoping for some petting. But no such luck today. He will have to wait until his human comes back. The puppy is full of energy. Just look at him go. The puppy walks past a bush, runs a few steps, and then lies down. He looks up in the sky and seems to enjoy the warmth of the sun. After a while, he gets up again and starts playing with his favorite toy. Look at him go! Suddenly, a butterfly appears, and the puppy sees it as a worthy opponent. Oh, he almost got it. The puppy then lays down and continues staring at the butterfly as if challenging it to come closer so that he could catch it. But the butterfly doesn't seem to understand the language of dogs.
It sits on a blade of grass nearby and seems to mock him.
No way! Our little friend won't stand for that. He gets up, runs after the butterfly, jumps, and falls on its back. We don't know what happened next because the owner finally arrived and took the puppy inside. As you can see, the butterfly was a tough opponent. That's why the puppy needs some rest now. Finally, he gets the much-awaited petting. When the puppy feels that his human is close, he starts licking his face. It's so sweet. They are best friends and they love each other very much. The owner picks him up and carries him into the house. The puppy looks back to see if the butterfly followed them. But no such luck. The prey got away this time. Maybe next time the little fellow will have more success. The puppy then looks back at his human and wags his tail. The two of them start playing with the ball. The puppy jumps and runs happily around the house. He is so full of energy and seems to be never-ending source of joy for his owner. The little guy really loves this game. Playing fetch is his absolute favorite activity. The puppy brings the ball to his human and wags his tail hopefully. He wants to play more. But before that, he needs to take care of some very important business. When you're a puppy, you must always take time to relieve yourself. The owner takes him to the designated spot in the garden. And while he is doing his business, the owner talks to him. It's so cute. A bit later, the puppy is done and gets some well-deserved praise from his human. Now, as the puppy has taken care of his business, it's time to resume playing. This time, they head to the nearby forest. The puppy is sniffing everything around, looking here and there and trying to figure out where the butterfly went. Suddenly, he sees a beetle and tries to catch it. This game is even more exciting than chasing butterflies. The puppy runs through the bushes and over tree roots. He jumps, falls, gets up, and runs again. This little fellow is full of energy. And look at that perseverance. The beetle is a tough opponent, but our little friend won't give up easy. He is determined to get his prey, no matter the cost. And just when we thought that the beetle managed to escape, the puppy suddenly grabs it in his mouth. Good job. He then proudly returns to his human to show off his trophy. But unfortunately, the beetle managed to escape. Never mind. There will be plenty of other beetles to catch. The puppy then starts running through the forest. He is having the time of his life. Then he stops to sniff a flower. Looks like a dandelion. These little guys are curious about everything. They want to touch, lick, and smell everything they see.
Then the puppy finds a stick and starts gnawing on it.
It must taste good. After a while, he gets bored with the stick and throws it away. Time to go home. The owner calls him and the puppy happily runs towards him. On the way back home, they meet an old gray dog. The puppy is a bit scared at first, but then he gains confidence and boldly approaches the old dog. Maybe he wants to make a new friend. The older dog seems to appreciate the puppy's boldness and wags his tail slowly. When they get home, the puppy runs to his doghouse. He spent a wonderful day outside, but now it's time to rest a bit. He curls up in his bed and closes his eyes. Despite being tired, the puppy is full of energy. He had a great day playing with his ball, chasing butterflies and playing with beetles. Not every day can be so carefree and fun, though. Life as a puppy is not always easy. Sometimes you have to do things that you don't really want to do, like going to the vet or getting a bath. But no matter what challenges life may throw at you, always remember to stay curious, brave, and full of energy. Who knows what adventures await you tomorrow? We hope you enjoyed watching this video as much as we enjoyed making it for you. If you want to see more videos of cute puppies, stay tuned. And don't forget to like and share this video if you liked it. Thanks for watching and see you soon. The cutest puppies are born. A litter of 6 little balls of fluff recently joined a family and stole everyone's hearts. The tiny paws, the wet noses, and the playful nips of these puppies melt the hearts of their owners. As they tumble and play, they bring endless joy and laughter to those around them. The bond between these adorable puppies and their human family is unbreakable. From the moment they open their eyes, they are surrounded by love and care. Each puppy has a unique personality, from the brave leader to the mischievous one. Watching them grow and learn is a joy in itself. These little bundles of energy are always ready for a game of fetch or a nap in their cozy beds. With each passing day, they bring more happiness to the family. These photos capture the essence of their playful and loving nature. From cuddling to wrestling, these puppies embrace every moment with enthusiasm. Their cuteness overload is a constant reminder of the simple joys in life. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Get ready for a dose of pure, unadulterated cuteness. Today, we're spending a whole day with a very special little friend. Meet Pip, our baby alpaca, or as they're properly called, a cria. Isn't he just the fluffiest thing you've ever seen? From the moment the sun peeks over the hills, Pip's day is an adventure, and you're coming along for the ride. Right now, the sun is just starting to warm up the pasture. Pip's morning usually begins with a good stretch and a little nuzzle with his mom, Luna. Look at that! He's already up and about, his long, wobbly legs carrying him with surprising speed. First on the agenda, breakfast, of course. While the adult alpacas are munching on hay, Pip sticks close to Luna for his morning milk. This is so crucial for him, giving him all the nutrients he needs to grow big and strong. You can see how gentle and patient Luna is with him. It's a beautiful bond. Once his tummy is full, it's playtime. And for a baby alpaca, the whole world is a playground. See that little hop he just did? That's called pronking, and it's a sign of pure joy. He's feeling energetic. His best friend is another cria named Patches. They're inseparable. Their favorite game seems to be a gentle version of tag, chasing each other around the field, their soft fleece bouncing with every step. It's hilarious to watch them try to figure out their own legs. Sometimes they get a little tangled, but they always sort it out and get right back to the fun. Now, you might think alpacas just eat and play, but they're also incredibly curious creatures. Look at Pip now. He's discovered a butterfly. He's so gentle, just watching it flutter from one flower to another. He's learning about his environment, using his senses to explore everything. He's sniffing the wildflowers, nibbling on a tender blade of grass very carefully. Of course, and listening to all the sounds of the farm. That's a chicken clucking in the distance, and Pip's ears immediately swivel in that direction. Every new sound, every new sight is a lesson. Midday is usually nap time. After all that running and exploring, a little guy needs his rest. The alpacas often huddle together in the shade of the big oak tree. This is called cushing. They fold their legs underneath them and just relax. Pip has found the perfect spot, snuggled right up against his mom. This is when the herd is at its most peaceful. It's a moment of calm and safety. Sometimes you'll see him doze off, his little head slowly drooping, and then he'll jolt awake as if he's afraid of missing something. It's absolutely adorable. As the afternoon sun gets a little less intense, it's time for another burst of energy. And guess what? It's dust bath time. This is how alpacas keep their amazing fleece clean and free from pests. They find a nice, dry patch of dirt and just roll around in it. Pip is learning by watching the adults. He's a little hesitant at first, just pawing at the ground. But now, here he goes. He plops down and wiggles around, kicking up a little cloud of dust. He looks like a fuzzy, happy little potato. He's going to need a good shake-off after this. One of the most important parts of Pip's day is learning the social rules of the herd. Alpacas are herd animals, and there's a definite social structure. He learns by watching how the adults interact. He sees which alpacas are more dominant and which are more submissive. Right now, he's approaching one of the older males, Apollo. See how he does it slowly? With his head slightly lowered? That's a sign of respect. Apollo gives him a little sniff and then goes back to grazing. Pip passed the test. These small interactions are teaching him how to be a well-behaved member of the group. The farmer is coming out now with a special afternoon treat. It looks like some chopped carrots and apples. While Pip is still mostly drinking milk, he's starting to get curious about solid food. He's watching the other alpacas enjoy their snacks. Look, he's trying to mimic them. He's nudging a piece of carrot with his nose, trying to figure out what it is. He might not eat it just yet, but this curiosity is the first step towards weaning. He's a fast learner, and it won't be long before he munching on treats with the rest of the herd. As evening approaches, the energy in the pasture starts to wind down. The golden hour light is making Pip's fleece look even more magical. He's not running around as much now. Instead, he's taking a leisurely stroll with his mom, staying close to her side. The herd is slowly gathering together, preparing to settle in for the night. There's a sense of community and contentment in the air. This is their routine, a rhythm they follow every single day. It's a simple life, but a happy one. And just like that, the sun is setting, painting the sky in beautiful shades of orange and pink. Our amazing day with Pip is coming to a close. He's found his favorite spot to sleep, tucked in safely with Luna and the rest of the herd. He's had a day full of food, fun, learning, and love. It's a tough life being this cute, but someone's gotta do it. What a privilege it's been to share this little glimpse into his world. Thank you so much for joining us on this fluffy adventure today. I hope watching Pippa's day brought as big a smile to your face as it did to mine. Let us know in the comments what your favorite part of Pip's day was. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye for now. Get ready for a dose of pure cuteness because today we're spending a whole day with a tiny baby bunny named Pip. Just look at him. Isn't he the sweetest little fluff ball you've ever seen? Our day with Pip starts bright and early. As the first rays of sunshine peek through the window, Pip is already stirring in his cozy little bed of hay. He stretches his tiny legs, gives a big yawn that shows off his little pink mouth, and wiggles his nose, sniffing the fresh morning air. It's a brand new day, full of adventures waiting to happen. First thing on the agenda, breakfast. Of course, for a growing bunny like Pip, a nutritious meal is super important. We're giving him some special young rabbit pellets, which are packed with all the vitamins and minerals he needs to grow big and strong. And look at him go. He munches away so eagerly, his little cheeks puffing out. Alongside his pellets, he has unlimited access to fresh Timothy hay. Hay is crucial for a bunny's digestion and helps keep their teeth trim. He's also got a bowl of clean, fresh water, which is always available. A healthy breakfast is the perfect start to an amazing day. With his tummy full, it's time for Pip's morning exercise and playtime. Baby bunnies have so much energy, and it's important for them to have a safe space to hop, skip, and jump. He's got cardboard tunnels to dash through, willow balls to chew on and toss around, and even a little stacking cup toy that he loves to knock over. Watch him do a binky. That's what's called when a rabbit leaps and twists in the air. It's a sign of pure happiness and joy. It's so heartwarming to see him so full of life and excitement. He zips from one end of the pen to the other, exploring every nook and cranny.
After all that energetic play, It's time for a mid-morning nap.
Just like human babies, baby bunnies need plenty of rest to grow and recharge. Pip has found his favorite napping spot, a super soft, fleece-lined bed. He curls up into a tiny, furry ball, his ears flopped down, and his little nose twitching softly as he dreams. What do you think bunnies dream about? Maybe fields of endless clover or giant, tasty carrots? While he sleeps, it's a good time for us to quietly clean his living area, making sure everything is fresh and tidy for when he wakes up. Let's not wake the sleeping bunny. Look who's awake and ready for more fun. The afternoon is all about gentle socialization and learning. It is important for Pip to get used to being around people so he grows up to be a friendly and confident rabbit. We're sitting on the floor with him, letting him come to us at his own pace. We speak to him in soft, calm voices and offer gentle pets on his head and back, avoiding his sensitive face and ears. See how he nudges our hand? That's a sign of affection. He's even starting to climb into our laps for a little cuddle. Building this trust is such a rewarding experience for both us and for Pip. It's these quiet moments of connection that are truly special. Now, for a little bit of bunny enrichment, we've hidden some yummy, healthy treats for him to find. A few small pieces of parsley and a tiny slice of apple are tucked into his toys and around his play area. This foraging activity engages his natural instincts and keeps his mind sharp. It's like a treasure hunt for bunnies. Look at his ears perk up as he catches the scent. His nose is working overtime, sniffing out the delicious rewards. There he goes. He found a piece of parsley. This kind of mental stimulation is just as important as physical exercise for a happy, well-rounded bunny. As the afternoon sun begins to set, it's time for Pip to wind down. He's having his dinner, another serving of his special pellets, and a big pile of fresh hay. He seems to enjoy his evening meal in a more relaxed way, munching contentedly. We're also introducing him to a few leafy greens. For a baby bunny, it's important to introduce new foods slowly, one at a time. Tonight, he's trying a small leaf of romaine lettuce, and he loves it. It's a big hit. Eating greens is a great way for bunnies to get extra hydration and nutrients. With a full belly and a day full of fun behind him, Pip is getting sleepy again. His energy levels are naturally lower in the evening. He's grooming himself meticulously, making sure his fur is perfectly clean before bed. It's so relaxing to watch him. He's finding his cozy spot, stretching out, and getting ready for a long night's sleep. He might have a few more little nibbles of hay throughout the night, but for the most part, his amazing day has come to a peaceful end.
And there you have it, a full, wonderful day in the life of a baby bunny.
From his energetic morning zoomies to his sleepy evening cuddles, every moment with Pip is a joy. Watching him grow and explore the world is an incredible privilege. He's a reminder of the simple happiness that these gentle, loving animals can bring into our lives. Thank you so much for joining us today. If you loved watching Pip's adventure, please give this video a thumbs up. And do you and T forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you and T miss out on more adorable content. Let us know in the comments what your favorite part of Pip's day was. Until next time, take care, and we'll see you in the next video.